Hey guys, Justin here, and today I'm going to be teaching you about how to use Oracle VM VirtualBox to run Windows 7 or any other operating system for that matter. So first you want to go to Google Chrome or Internet Explorer and then go to the VirtualBox website. Just Google VirtualBox and it should come up with this, which is virtualbox.org, and then go to the downloads section and then download the binary for your particular operating system. I'm using Windows, and so I'll use x86/AMD64 for Windows, but I already have it installed, so just get that out of the way. Now open up VirtualBox. Alright, now that VirtualBox is open, you want to click New. I already have a virtual machine on here because I did this previously. So click New, and then just name it whatever you want. I'm going to name mine Windows 7 Tutorial. And you can also choose between Windows, Linux, Solaris, BSD, IBM OS2, Mac OS 10, or some other operating system. But obviously for Windows 7, we're going to use Microsoft Windows. You can use 32-bit or 64-bit, but for all intents and purposes, I'll use 64-bit. And there are other versions of Windows available, such as 3.1, 95, 98, ME, etc. So click Next, and then you want to allocate a certain amount of RAM. I would recommend allocating at least like 6 gigabytes, or actually no, 4 gigabytes to, if you're doing 64-bit, 2 gigabytes should be fine if you're doing 32-bit, but I believe the minimum requirement for 64-bit Windows is 4 gigs. I could be wrong. And you can either, now when it comes to this, you want to either use an existing virtual hard drive, which you most likely won't have, or just create a virtual hard drive now, which you probably should. And the recommended hard drive size is 25 gigs as stated here. And just do the standard VDI. I have no idea what all these other mean, so you can use them if you want. And you can either do a dynamically allocated hard drive, which essentially means it'll add more space as you need it, and a fixed size is just, if you just do 25 gigs, it'll be specifically 25 gigs. So I'll do dynamically allocated and then click next. And you can allocate up to 2 terabytes, but I only have a 1 terabyte hard drive with 400 gigs free. So I'll just allocate 25 gigs. Create the hard drive, and then you want to boot up the virtual machine. It might take a while depending on your system. And if you do have an error message occurring before you boot into it, most likely you have AMD Hyper-V disabled in your BIOS, which you will want to enable in your BIOS, which I will show you how to do in another video. So this will select your startup disk, or the installed DVD basically, and I have mine in my primary DVD-ROM, which is A. So just do host drive A, or whatever letter it is. Yours might be D or E or F or Z, doesn't really matter. Click start. It'll start the virtual machine. Windows will load files. This might take a while, so, well, not, it won't take a super long time, not as long as the actual install process. And once that's done, you should come across the, it'll start up Windows, and then you can start the installation process. Now I've already installed Windows to a virtual hard drive, so I'm just going to shut this down. and then I'm just going to show you my just standard Windows 7 install that I got on the virtual machine. Now you can also do this with Mac OS 10 as stated before, or Linux if you want. And I'll go into some greater detail with VirtualBox if needed. I forgot to switch my boot device from the DVD to the hard drive. I'll have to do that in the system settings. But Windows will start up once everything's installed and ready. Shouldn't really take too long. And I really haven't found a way to set the native resolution for the virtual machine at 1920 by 1080. It only works at like by what looks like 4 by 3 resolutions, because I believe the VirtualBox display driver emulates VGA. There might be another way to emulate HDMI or DVI, but I haven't found it. That doesn't mean there isn't. Oh, and there are updates, so we'll be back once it's done updating. Or not. Huh. Okay, and the system has booted up, and you can just do whatever you want now. Like run Internet Explorer, which is great for installing Google Chrome, or Firefox, or heck anything else other than Internet Explorer. But my personal opinion, no, I do not want to make it my default browser. And there you go. And it should treat your wireless internet connection, or if you have wired, as just a weird regular network connection. And that's all for today, guys.